çıkıyorsun? Ona gönderdin mi daveti? Merhaba. Cathy Holland'la canlı yayın yapmaya çalışıyoruz. Awakened Bellydance etkinliğini konuşmak için. Fakat bu 3. denememiz ve evet, Cathy'nin katılmasını bekliyorum yayına. Sesim kesiliyor. Senin kulaklığını bir deneyebilir miyim? Kulaklığı da değiştirelim. Bir tuhaflık oldu. Neden bilmiyorum ama ısrarla bağlantı kuramıyoruz. Yayın çok kesik kesik.
Hello.
Hi Cathy.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay, at least we managed to
Yes.
hear ourselves. Ya bunu yorumladım.
Yeah.
Tablolu varsan.
I don't know what's happening, but there's often some crazy energy with Awakened Bellydance and technical things. I don't know. They don't do what they're supposed to do.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but that's okay. I'm going to ask the participants if they can hear us. Bizi duyuyor musunuz acaba? Sesimiz iyi geliyor mu? Görüntü nasıl? So I see you, you don't see me, but at least you hear me. That's
Yes.
something. Okay. Okay, that's something. Gayet iyi. Okay, now that they hear us, so let's see. Peki ikimizi de görebiliyor musunuz? Çünkü Cathy beni göremiyor. Siz ikimizi de görüyorsanız biz böyle devam edeceğiz. Now I'm asking whether they see both of us. So if they see both of us, no problem. We can continue.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, they also see both of us.
Okay.
Great.
So
Okay.
it's from my
Okay.
side then. I'm looking into the void of galacticness in a
Yes, black hole. Let me make a small introduction in Turkish and then we will continue in English.
Okay.
Merhabalar tekrar. Sonunda başardık. Evet, Cathy bizi göremiyor ama en azından siz bizleri görüyorsunuz. Cathy Holland'la benim tanışıklığım bundan 4 sene öncesi, 2019 yılında bir çalışmasına katılmıştım yine Awakened Bellydance. Cathy ödüllü kutsal dans terapisti ve Mısır'da yaşıyor, İngiliz asıllı. Ve o çalışmasında ben inanılmaz farkındalıklar ve dönüşümler yaşadım. Rahimimle konuştum. Bu belki hani bu tarz deneyimler yaşamamış olanlar için çok ilginç gelebilir ama o dönem reglimde düzensizlikler vardı ve bu çalışmaya katıldığımda da bedenimle bağ kurmak ve bu düzensizliğin sebebini öğrenmek istemiştim. Ve önce ismini duydum rahimimin. Sonrasında da bana tekrar yumurtlamaktan korktuğu için yumurtalarını bırakamadığını söyledi. Ve ben böyle ellerimi koyduğum her şeyin yolunda olduğunu söyledim ve sonrasında da 5 dakika sonra falan regle oldum. Böyle hüngür hüngür ağladım falan. Benim için Cathy çok kıymetli. Cathy'nin Ankara'da olması ve Kaygın'la da olacak olması çok kıymetli. Sırf bu çalışma için Türkiye'ye geliyor. 17-19 Kasım'da bizimle birlikte olacak ve şu an bu konuşmayı İngilizce devam edeceğiz ama özet Türkçe'de yayından sonra bunu yapacağım. Instagram hesabımızda olacak ve orada Türkçesini de göreceksiniz. Okay, I'm back with you in English. So I was telling about you, and I was telling the experience I had at your workshop in Büyülü Orman 4 years ago. That my womb talked to me, and I had issues. I was having issues with my period, but after your workshop, I talked to my womb, and I told her that everything is okay, and but it's okay not to have period. And then I had period in a minute. So I was like, wow. And so I'm so excited to have you here. I'm so glad that you accepted my invitation, and you will be here next month, between 17th and 19th November. So first, some people don't know about you, so I will appreciate if you can tell about yourself and also Awakened Belly Dance.
Okay. So I try and tell you in a nutshell. There's quite a big story around all of this. My background is in dance. I trained as a professional belly dancer, and that was when I was a teenager. And I also had a huge interest in ancient Egypt from when I was a small child. And I was in a museum when I was 7, and I saw pictures of hieroglyphs. And I was asking positions mean, where the hands are, all these kind of places that they were shown in, this one, this, and of course nobody could tell me. And so this really stuck with me. And I grew up studying ballet and tap and jazz, and then decided it wasn't for me. And when I was 15, I began to learn belly dance, and this was in England where I grew up. And I kept thinking, what does it mean? I felt like there was something deeper to the belly dance movements, even though, especially at that time, my focus was about the technique and of course to perform, and then I began to teach. So it was much more about the aesthetic side of things. And alongside of that, I also studied in different holistic therapies, massage and Reiki, and I was teaching Reiki, and so it kind of, I felt like I had these two sides of me, I guess. I didn't really see how it was linked at that time, and this is in my early 20s. And then I moved to India, and I lived there for 9 years, and I had a huge Kundalini awakening when I was 27. And it wasn't something that was planned, or that I hadn't been doing anything to kind of instigate this that I knew of. And my focus was still very much about performing. I was dancing professionally all around India for celebrities, for multi kind of national corporates. And I was very much in this showbiz world, which I also struggled with because, of course, I was am very sensitive, but I didn't know as much as I do now about how to manage that sensitivity. And of course, being in a more show busy type world, there was a lot of the shadow side of that I had to deal with. And being a white Western woman and a belly dancer, and you can imagine all the things that were kind of thrown at me to handle. So I was in the midst of all of this when this Kundalini happened, and I was knocked unconscious, hit my head on the floor. I was out, and when I came around, I heard a message. I don't know if it was a voice outside of me or inside of me, but this message said, you have to create a therapy with belly dance. If you don't do it, you're going to die. And it didn't go any further than that. There wasn't any details or helpful, go this way, go that way, try this or anything. I was just left with that. And I thought, okay, I don't know, what do I do now? How do I go from this extreme to this extreme? So this then began an 8-year journey, which was 2007. And the the following 8 years, I really went into very deep shadow work for myself. And this was in every aspect that you can imagine. I had 2 more big Kundalini explosions, again in random situations. Like the first time I was brushing my teeth, the second time I was lying in the garden. We were living in Bali by that point. The third time was at the check-in in the airport in Delhi. And
Wow.
it was, yeah, it was like I was about to get on a 9-hour flight. And it took me a long time to understand that part of my journey in supporting others was that I had to learn how to manage this energy and cultivate it within myself. That it wasn't only like most people think about Kundalini, about sex and connected with Tantra, but this for me was far, far away from blissful states in what happened. And so I had to learn how to integrate that and how to be more embodied. And through this, I began studying Sufi whirling and Gurdjieff movements, Osho dynamic meditation, and I gradually began to get information coming through, which then led to what became Awakened Bellydance. But it was a very, very slow and very painful and very sometimes self-sabotaging process, and I questioned myself a lot. I had to, because I had to think, why am I doing this? What was this message? Why me? Why am I feeling so much pressure that I have to create this thing and I don't even know what it's going to be or what the name is or anything? And then I studied access bars and different courses through access consciousness, so more energy work, and then also inner dance, which is another sort of movement therapy modality that I facilitate and teach trainings. And then I came to this point where I felt like I'm ready to birth Awakened Bellydance into the world. So this is now 8 years ago from now. So all in all, it's 16 years that I've been very consciously on this Awakened Bellydance journey. Although really it started when I was 7. Like I said, when I saw the hieroglyphs, I began to have kind of past life recall and a lot of dreams, a lot of energetic activations. And again, I didn't understand because I was a child and I didn't have anyone to tell me. I didn't speak about it, and it's been a lifelong adventure that
Wow.
that is still ongoing. So so in a nutshell, it's something that's very embodied, and that's a huge focus point for me, is to support people to go on their own inner journeys and self-initiation for themselves. Because this idea that we're hearing a lot, so there's like the Kundalini connected with Tantra, or just Kundalini activations, which can become a form of an addiction as well, and like a high that people can look for. But when you have that Kundalini activation, then I always say, okay, so now what are you going to do with it? There's so many things that you can take that energy into. And if you're working with Kundalini, it has to involve shadow work, because if you're bringing so much light and vibration into your body, of course the shadows are going to show up, and they also have to be looked at.
Yeah. So, first, I would like to hear what is the difference of this awakened belly dance with the belly dance, and also as you're talking about the shadow work, also these workshops, the shadow works are going to be involved, and what the participants should expect, let's say, from this workshop.
Okay. Well, I guess my cat is trying to play with my hair. I call her the Kundalini kitty. So first, I'd say not to have any expectations, because everybody's different. Everyone has different life experiences, different ancestral experiences, quantum life experiences. So I can't say for sure it will be this. It will be unique to everybody, and at the same time, we'll be on a collective journey together. And this is really interesting because we can look at soul contracts between the group, between our bloodlines, patterns and programs that we're living or that are living through us, and who's really in charge or really in control of you and your body. Is it really you, or is it coming from an outside or an internal outside influence? And so this goes into epigenetics and the way that we carry trauma and the deathing experiences of our ancestors, and also how we carry their gifts as well, their wisdom, their magic, and how we have access to this through our body. And that's why I talk about it as self-initiation, because it's really a remembering. It's not that I'm teaching you something. I'm there to support you and give you a little push so that you can access this information within your own body. And we're each parts of a puzzle. Like, everybody has their own unique kind of alchemy that they carry, and then how we can bring that alchemy together. And so the focus is more about what's happening inside of us. We're working with belly dance movements and also with freestyle movements as well. Some of it is guided, some of it is your own expression, the way that your body wants to move and move through you. So it's kind of the opposite of what we're usually doing. Like, we go to a club or a party or something, and we're telling our body what to do because we want to look good, or we just want to enjoy the music. And this is going the opposite way round. It's your body moving you in what needs to be expressed. And the belly dance movements are all sacred geometry. They're all based on spirals or circles and figures of 8 in different directions, whether this is with the neck, with the shoulders, with the belly, with the hips, with the arms. It's all sacred geometry. So if you can imagine that you're creating and cultivating energy in your body through these movements, which is very, very powerful. When it's say regular belly dance, which I also still teach, I still perform, and I love it as well. The focus there is more about the aesthetic. It's, am I dancing in time to the music? How does this choreography portray the story of the song? It's about the costume, the makeup, you're providing an entertainment, and or going to a class because you want to enjoy moving your body. And some people go to belly dance classes purely for exercise and for the social aspect of it. So so there's similarities, but there's a big difference as well. It's more in the way that Tai Chi or Qigong works, or yoga works, with moving that energy in your body, releasing energy, bringing energy in, kind of integrating it. Then Awakened Bellydance is working more in this way.
Mm-hmm. And it's not about how you look like, or how it's just in interior movements that you just let it go, which I love. And yeah.
Yeah.
So how about Awakened Belly Dance, activate Kundalini?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the focus isn't to do that. It's happening, and again, I look at it in the opposite way, that for everybody, our Kundalini is already activated. It's already there, and we can work with it. What's in the way is us. It's our fears. It's our programming. It's our kind of belief in ourselves. Like our self-worth. It's all of these things that get in the way. And especially if we've had lifetimes where maybe we've been persecuted or killed for our power, you know, for our light. If like the witch trials are a really obvious example, but there's so many examples through time where women and men have been killed for their power and for their knowledge. So if we carry this in our ancestral line, or if we were somebody who this happened to, again, we're carrying it. So often these fears come up about being seen and being really true to who we are, because again, we've been conditioned to wear masks and to fit in, and to, whether this is with society, with family, with the culture, with our partner, it's everything is set up to not be true. So my interest and for myself and for supporting others is to really help you to see who you really are. Like, why did you come here? Why have you chosen this family line that you're in? Why have you chosen the body that you're in? And you don't have to show your belly either. This is something people often ask. But yeah, what is your true soul purpose? Because it might not be what you think it is once everything else gets out of the way. And through this, you're becoming more connected to your body, like you said that you spoke to your womb. If you're more connected with yourself, then automatically you're more connected to everyone around you, whether this is a partner, your family, the trees, the sea, the elements, everything becomes in unity. So then there's no need to look for Kundalini activations, because you are Kundalini, like you are your essence.
So it's kind of going to be a journey within, and where we're going to work on chakras, starting from root chakra. So maybe you can tell a bit of this 2.5 days workshop, because people can attend some of them separately or complete package. Some are asking, because we already started announcing the workshop, and some of the questions we get is, should I come all of them? Can I get benefit from if I join only one, for example, route? And also women, because when we say belly dance, mostly people think that it's for women only. So also I would like you to share about, if you know, I know the men can attend, and their experience are, yeah, I'm sure unique. So can you please tell this about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the answer is kind of yes with everything. Yes, you will have an experience just by attending one session. Of course, if you can attend all of them, it's going to go deeper and deeper for you. And this would be really amazing for you and for me, because I love it, having these intense periods with people where I can really go deep with you, because this process, I'm also in it as well. There's no separation of, oh, I'm the teacher and, you know, I'm going to take you into this stuff. It's like I'm also there because I'm working intuitively. There are playlists for each chakra, but what happens within that session is totally dependent on the group energy. So I come as a blank canvas, and we see where that takes us. And so I don't really think of it as a separation with men and women. And I think when there are sessions that are mixed, for everybody, it becomes that we're beings of light or beings of love, and it's not about this physicality. It's about where this process is taking us. And lots and lots of men have come to sessions, and actually maybe the most in Turkey, and had really beautiful experiences. So yeah, it's very open to everybody. And as you mentioned, we're working through the different chakras. So if you think of it like steps, you need the root, we need this foundation that's very clear, and it's supportive, but it's not fixed in concrete. It's like bamboo. we have this firm grounding and embodiment that we can go out from. And from this, we can then build up into the sacral and into our creativity, our sensual energy. And then this also builds another step to the solar plexus. So from our creative power, we're coming into our personal power. And the three lower chakras are so important with working with the upper ones, because you probably find teaching yoga that many people are interested, they want to activate their third eye or become enlightened. But unless you do the work in the lower chakras, which again, it comes back to the shadow work and the material side of things, the ancestors and the relationships, and where you're giving your power away, all of this, once it gets clearer and more integrated with each other, automatically the upper chakras become more active, and you can access information through them more. And then the heart is our bridge that's joining between below and above. So if you think of the saying, as above, so below, we're bringing our consciousness and acknowledging what's happening in the lower chakras, so that then, like a lotus flower, which we'll also be working with, our upper chakras can open and receive.
Yeah, this Blue Lotus, because we're all workshops say that this Blue Lotus ceremony. So can you tell about this? What is Blue Lotus? What's Blue Lotus ceremony? The tea you're talking about, we're going to drink tea, and there will be some kind of ceremony.
Yeah, I've been working with the Blue Lotus, or the blue water lily, for about 3.5 years now, and the flower is indigenous to Egypt and was particularly revered in ancient Egypt. So look, if you go to any temples or anything around Egypt, in Luxor and Abydos, Dendera, you're going to find, and Saqqara, you're going to find Blue Lotus everywhere. And even in modern day, lots of companies and even the police, they have the lotus as their logo. So there's still an aspect of the lotus consciousness that's here, but when you see it in the hieroglyphs and you're looking for it, it's absolutely everywhere. And they were very obviously using it for astral travel, and it's known as a plant of resurrection. It's like death and birth, resurrection. So it's a very interesting plant to work with. She's really amazing for astral travel, for dream work, for connecting with feminine energy, for working with, like you said, about your periods as well, for opening and activating the third eye. And I've also found ancestral work as well. It's taken me much deeper into that for my own personal journey. So we're going to have different forms of lotus, so between perfume oil, which we'll be using for anointing, and the tea and the tincture, and we'll use different ones for the different sessions. So this will to connect us with the Awakened Bellydance process, with our body, and with the consciousness of the lotus. So, and I live in Egypt at the moment, and probably just heard the cool prayer starting. So I live in Dahab, and I've been working with the lotus since I've been living here for almost 3 years now, and I have a friend who grows the lotus, that it's her products that I'll be bringing with me. And they're grown in a lotus temple in Cairo. So it's very pure and very beautiful energy to work with.
Great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm telling that, I I love this place because then I can bring the workshops, the trainings, anything I like, and I get, it's feeding me. So I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. So thank you so much, Kathy,
Thank
because
you.
I know you have an appointment with Desert. Uh, so you will go, and also, yeah, we started a bit late, but I think we captured. But anything you want to share more, you can, and then I will make some the Turkish translation while posting it. So because this workshop will be in English, but Turkish translation will be provided. So yeah,
Yeah.
anybody who cannot speak English can also join.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm sorry that my Turkish isn't up to being able to teach in Turkish. But yeah, all I would say is if you're watching this or if you hear about this from one of your friends, there's something that's already connecting. And as soon as you decide to attend the weekend, things will start to move for you. It's like the energy will be alive in your life. So you can look out for this and yeah, how that's showing up. And I know for a lot of people, once they decide to come, sometimes they feel a bit nervous, and especially if they feel something is happening for them. And all I can say is that this is really an opportunity. It's an opportunity to maybe step out of your comfort zone and take a risk, and also an opportunity to really find the truth of you. As I said, the bigger part of you and the part of you that wants to shine in this world. And the world really needs this right now. It's like we all need to be shining our truth and connecting with each other. So I would love to dance with you, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's very important to stepping out the comfort zone with the guidance, because when we step out of our comfort zone, the panic zone is so close. But when there's a guidance there, then there's a gap in between comfort zone and panic zone, and this part is changing zone. I say transformation zone,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's great to be there with the support. Then it's really joy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks,
Looking
everyone.
forward
Thanks
to
for your
hug
attention.
you and see you here.
Yes.
Thank you. Evet, Cathy Holland'la bir canlı yayın yaptık. Onun 17-19 Kasım arası Kayguna'da yapacağı Awakened Bellydance göbek dansıyla uyanış atölyesiyle ilgili. Türkçe'de zaten tercümesini de minik de olsa posta paylaşacağız. Bizim kayıtlarımız devam ediyor. Sorularınız için de biz buradayız. İzlediğiniz için, katıldığınız için çok teşekkürler. Thank you so much, Katie, again.
Thank
Enjoy your time.
And you. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Bye bye.